Hi, Pep. Can I start the press conference by talking to you about Kyle Walker? He's said this week that he wants the authorities and social media companies to do more after being racially abused on Instagram. I'm obviously guessing that you are in full support of Kyle, but what are you doing as a manager, and what are the club doing to support him?
Well, first, it's unacceptable, but not because it's a Kyle. For every human being, unfortunately, today in the real world happen many times. Of course, it's not necessary to say the support that he has for entire club, of course, for all the staff, agreement staff, for all the people there. But it's not because it's Kyle. Unfortunately, it's happening in every department of our society. It's completely unacceptable, and we are full support to him.
How is he?
I didn't speak.
Okay. Can I ask you about the match then? With everything that's gone on the last few weeks, does it help the club that it's a derby, with the atmosphere, with the emotion, and this match on Sunday? Does it help you move on from your problems, the fact that it is such a big occasion?
It's a football game. The same points, of course, emotionally for our fans, for all of us that we will stay a long time here, is a bit special. But at the end, always I said, in this type of situations, I would say in this type of games, as less emotional you are, you will be better.
Thank you.
Sam?
Pep, before the Juventus game, you spoke to Luca Toni, and you spoke about a lot of human elements of your job, about your state of mind, about how nervous you're feeling, about the fact that you don't sleep well, that you don't eat well. I think a lot of people might be shocked or surprised to hear you talk about things like that. Is that the reality of being a football manager, or is that the reality of the situation that your team is in at the moment?
I think in our jobs always we will do our best and works the best as possible. If it doesn't happen, you are more uncomfortable than when the situation is going well. Not just the managers and all, especially the people like is, being scrutiny for every step that we do as a team. Always it happen, but I'm fine. So, of course, when have more thoughts is about what happened, what can you do, and what I feel right now is like I feel the last 3 weeks, 1 month, and every press conference when I see what is the situation. Nothing changed, absolutely. I'm really pleased for the way we played, and I have a certain moral authority what happened in my career as a football player and manager, the titles we won, that I know perfectly when we're playing good or not good. We have to shoot more, yeah, in the final third. We have to defend better, yeah. We have to avoid mistakes, yeah, in both sides, yeah. But the game is there. Except, I said, except Liverpool game, a Bournemouth game, the rest of the games, we were there. We are not consistent for 90 minutes. We're not consistent in teams. Like, you know the reason why. Well, I know the reason why. And that's why is move forward. Keep walking. So this is what you have to do.
Does that make it easier for you when you go to bed at night to go to sleep thinking you're doing everything you can? And like, even I know when you win, you still want more, you can still demand more. It's not necessarily about winning and losing, but being at peace with yourself almost, that you're doing the best you can.
Do you your best when you write the article that in this press conference? Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that. I don't know how many people read to you what you write, I don't know, but you want to do your best. I want to do my best. And when I'm doing my best in the good moments, we're happier, but when I arrive the next game, I'm concerned the same right now, what I have to do, what the lineup will be right, will be wrong. I do the same. So there is no human being that make an activity like they want to do it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't happen, it's the same. And all the managers are more concerned with him because they have a responsibility for his people, for the players, of course, the supporters that support that club more than anyone else. So they want to do it well. But sometimes, for the reason why I explained the last month, still we have to keep walking. So the moment, sometimes, in the period you go through in the bad moments, in the bad times, you know that? But the problem, you have to keep walking, but the problem is the bad moments. It's not you. It's the situation, but not you. You are fine. We are fine. But we don't have results, and we have to, of course, do it. But even if it's not going to do good results, we have to keep walking. So that you have to do. It's the only chance.
Hi, Pep. The financial figures obviously were released by the club today, very healthy again. Record revenue, profits again, second highest, I think, ever on record. January is approaching. I know the window is a difficult transfer window, but have you had conversations yet? Do you know if you will have money to spend in January?
No. What I want is my players back. The players that we have. I will have desperately compete with the squad that I had at the beginning of the season. I said many times, this is the only regret I have. I don't have the players, these players, no new ones. But in the certain moment, the right moment, we will see. But the fact that you have a revenue that I must congratulate to the club and CEO and Khaldoon and all the people involved in that, because of course the club must be sustainable. That doesn't mean we have big resources, you know, to buy whatever we want, especially today the transfer market, how expensive they're everything, and we prove in the last 4 or 5 years that, I'm sorry, we are not the best in that terms.
One of the players you won't have back, although unfortunately, is Rodri. Is that the one position, if the right player becomes available, you might look to enter the market for?
Listen, when I have 3 or 4 central defenders, I need the central defenders. When I have Kovacic and Gundo, I don't need a replacement in that position. When I don't have wingers for injuries at this season, I need wingers. When Erling is away, I have Oscar Bob and Phil Foden to play there. We have the same goals. This is the problem. If you tell me, no, these players will be fine in that position, we need that, we'll go to the transfer market. But I don't know which one, because it depends. You have the 4 central defenders, I don't need central defenders. But we will have, you know, the only problem is, you know, Rodri. Rodri, we knew it from the beginning, but the problem, Rodri, of course. We are playing this season without the best player, the Ballon d'Or, and without the best player in England last season. Phil had played 4 or 5 games, but no more than that in his best. So how not notice one team that play with a central defender, with a Ballon d'Or, and the best player in the Premier League during all the season? Of course it's difficult. You know, Chicago Bulls won 6 NBA with Michael Jordan, right? So since then, Michael Jordan retired, how many? So we have the problem that we had. And the moment we come back, we will be strong again. We will be a good team. At the same time, of course, you have to play try to play that the way we played, especially in Turin, or especially in Nottingham Forest, and improve with the players that we have, that still we have a really, really good team. Not the squad, but the 11 in Turin was really, really good. To try to win games. But the reality, do you know, was the double holding midfielder the last game against Turin, Juventus de Turin? Jack Grealish was one of them. So, and we play more decent, and Jack play again really good. But with that, we have to move forward. And I said, yes, third time, we have to keep walking. So sooner or later, we're going to get back.
Can I just check the injury that Manu Akanji has got? What actually is it? Is it a muscle problem or a knock?
No, having discomfort in the area for the pelvis, for the abductor, and it doesn't feel good. And he are making incredible effort playing in Bournemouth. What there was, him and Nathan were not even the half in his best, and help us to to play there. And at the end, he can play the time. He can play 45 minutes, 15 after I had to step back and said, I have to recover. Otherwise, I cannot be, And Manu is a strong player and is so reliable, but in that moment cannot be there.
So it sounds like you have only got three defenders for Sunday. Are you going to have to do something special with sort of positional? Because obviously there's no Rico either.
I don't know. I don't know what I have to do. I need players, so I have 3. And we will see what happens then today and tomorrow, and the players we have, and we'll think about it. Maybe some winger has to play as a fullback, or Mateus maybe can play as a fullback, or maybe play with 5 in the back when wing backs are wingers. So I don't know. I'm thinking a little bit. We are thinking what to do for the situation that you have just 3 central defenders. So, but the soul and the spirit of this team is there. So we are sad I'm sad for the players because the way they run and they fight with the circumstances they have. So Bernardo, a lot of minutes play. Gundo playing a position, can play sometimes, but is playing alone there in that position, game by game. And at the end, arrive in the final third 3 or 4 times to arrive. Enrico, our more consistent player of the season, for the decision for the referee cannot play there, of course, but I think I know our fans, maybe they are sad, I understand completely, because we are used to, maybe we lose 7 games, 8 games in one season or in 2 seasons, and now we play with 1 month, a month and a half, so normally they are sad, but they know that this group of players have made an era and 8, 9, 10 years that no one has done, and the numbers, the records, and now negative ones, but the positive ones they have done, this group of players, only I encourage them to support them until the end because they deserve it. So it's unbelievable what they have done. They do in the circumstances that we have to compete in this calendar. Then the season there are more games than ever in terms of the Champions League and whatever, have more injuries than ever, and made me reflect that today maybe in this calendar you need a squad for 25, 30 players. It will be more difficult financially for the club, but today we're going to play the World Cup in summer, 3 weeks, start again the Premier League, and maybe we have to, to have more depth squad, because when the people say, what is the problem? The problem is the schedule. It's not the training, it's not the physio, it's not the doctors, it's not the players, it's not how they food, it's not how they rest. It's just one problem, it's the schedule. And the schedule, sooner or later, they will happen for all the clubs. Look, Madrid, for example, look at other clubs that have many injuries. So, and this is the truth. So, and without players, everything is more difficult, because when we won, it was thanking. When we won the travel, the 4 domestics, we have 1, 2, 3 injuries, muscular sometimes, but we're so stable. That's why we could compete.
Hi, Ruben. Obviously, Manchester City are in quite a strange run of form at the moment. Is this? Do you think this is a good time to be playing them?
I never think about these things. We will face a great opponent, and I'm more focused in our problems. So we have a lot of issues here. So I'm more focused on what we should do on Sunday to win the game. So I'm really focused on my team.
Cal.
Good evening, Mr. Amram. Yesterday you said that Pilsen is a team that can run, and with multiple times you keep talking about the need to run. How do you improve this at a time where you haven't got much training time? How do you get this Manchester United team to run in the way you want?
Transitions. Tell them to run, and tell them which kind of position they must have when the ball is in our box. So try to make some targets during training, during games. Try to push them to press, and if they don't have time to train, they can play 3 in 3 days, so they can cope with that, improve on that. So it's put some small targets, like some marks on the pitch, telling when the ball is near our box, everybody should be near the box, and that's it. I think is the only way to do it.
Team is reaching those targets?
I think they are improving. And if you see the transitions, you see that I think we are improving on the speed. Sometimes we cannot do it still, but we are trying, and I can feel it in the team.
Samuel. Hi again, Ruben. Before you became United coach, you were linked with possibly becoming Pep's replacement at Manchester City. I know you've got a close relationship with Hugo Viana. Did you ever have a conversation about the prospect of going to City at any point?
Never had, and this was my only option. When Manchester United talked to me, I have no doubts, because I had already something in my mind. It could be a possibility, and with Manchester City or Hugo Viana, nothing about that.
How much you've had some great derbies, obviously, with Benfica. How much are you looking forward to your first Sporting? No,
But
with Benfica.
against Benfica. Yes, very good.
Thank you.
Problems for me. That's very good.
How much are you looking forward to your first Manchester derby?
Uh, I'm really focused on the details. I just want to improve the team, so I cannot leave it like a normal derby, like it should be, like two great teams fighting for the title, and it's not that in this moment. So it's just one more game with a very good opponent. Both teams are struggling in the moment, so I hope in the future feel that real feeling of a derby. So, but I know that is really important for our fans. But my goal now is to improve the team, win games, and I will try to win this game.
Hi, Ruben. It was a difficult day for Andre at the weekend. He's obviously been involved in the goal again tonight. Have you any concerns about his form heading into such a big game on Sunday?
Yeah, we have to take it like it is. He had already in the past situation like that, so we have to work on this. If you see at the play, we are trying to build up a lot with the goalkeeper, making the bounce with Mata a lot of times. In this time, we have a disconnect a little bit during the play, and when we try this, we suffer a difficult goal for us in the end of the second half. But we managed today, not like against Nottingham. We managed to help Onana like he did in the past for us.
Hi Ruben, you mentioned there that both teams are having a difficult time right now. You obviously played Man City and Pep not long ago, I think about 7 games ago, with Sporting, a 4-1 win for you. Do you feel that on Sunday you will face a different, kind of a weaker Man City team, a team in a different moment maybe?
No. The great teams can respond at any moment, and I think they are in a better place than us in the type of understanding the game, the way they play, the confidence they have, even in these kind of moments. We have a lot to focus on our team. So our focus is totally, of course, we will have a strategy, try to win the game with the strategy like it should be, but we are focused just on our team.
Simon, you had a last one.
I love a boring team news question, so I was just wondering how the squad's looking for Sunday. Any knocks tonight, and will Johnny be involved?
I don't think so. It was 5 minutes ago, so I have to I have to see it. But no, just some players were tired in the end. You could see it, also because of transitions. In the end, it was a crazy game in the end of today. But I think everyone is going to be fit and ready to win the game.